All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Realms of the Wild. Yes, this is our custom open legend RPG game set in a very bizarre version of the Breath of the Wild universe-ish that I've changed lots of things. Yes, the people you see on screen with me are the ones that we're not we're not squeamish enough about caring about their characters to realize that putting the lives of their characters in my hand maybe not the greatest idea in the world.
Now you tell us.
We should have known.
I thought you guys would figure that out. So to get some announcements out of the way, San Diego Comic-Con is next weekend, right? I live in Wisconsin.
Yes,
in a week. Closest Comic-Con we have is Chicago. We can't even get one in Milwaukee.
There's so much potential because, like, Wisconsin, con is literally in the name of the state.
Yeah.
Well, and this is where D&D literally started in Lake Geneva. We have tons of conventions. We have Anime in Milwaukee. We have just crap tons of board gaming conventions that happen here and D&D conventions. And then we have Gamehole Con in Madison that actually gets Wizards of the Coast to come down here. And we have Gary Con, which gets Wizards of the Coast to bring half their staff here. So I just don't know why we don't get a Comic-Con is all I'm saying. But so that's it's next week. Zelda Universe will have kind of a presence. Elias will be there. So if you see Elias, be sure to go up to him, talk about how amazing you think the Zelda CDI games are, because that is literally his favorite subject in the world to talk about.
It is not.
And if you have an example of a song that you think we should perform for the musical episode, go up to him and perform it to him. I think that'll really help him out.
That will get you banned, yes.
Also, one of our guests that has been on the show will be there as well. He's a wonderful dude, classy Don Diego. If you see him, be sure to make a vase-based pun. Tell him how much you enjoyed Brayak, and talk to the dude. Like Don, literally the reason that I invited Don onto the show is because he's just a really cool guy.
Well,
so if you see him, just have a conversation with him. He's a fun guy to be around.
In all honesty, we'll probably be together most of the time. So
yeah, because they're best buds.
Yes.
When you're the best of friends.
No, that is tear. That is just asking for tears. That was my brother's favorite movie growing up, and
it was my favorite movie growing up as well.
It's an amazing movie. Go see The Fox and the Hound. The sequel never happened. Going to
there was a sequel.
Yeah, there was.
Fox and the Hound 2.
There wasn't.
The Foxening.
Excuse you. No, there was no sequel. We do not acknowledge that.
Fox and the Hound 2, Electric Foxalo.
What does the fox say?
He says, "Don't see this film."
We're really good about staying on track during announcements.
Of course. As you all know, when we have quite a few different ways for you guys, the audience, to interact with the show and affect how things go. One of the things is our MVP poll. Follow Zelda Universe on Twitter to be able to see when the poll goes up. It generally goes up the week after we broadcast. This past couple weeks, we've been having scheduling issues, which is why this is at a weird time and on a weird day and everything. So yeah, the best thing for you to do is just follow Zelda Universe's Twitter, because it'll also let you know if we have to delay a week or we have to run a game a week early or something like that, due to, the fact that I have amazing, wonderful, talented cast members here that have actual lives. And they have
Speak
things
for yourself.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be kind, Elias. But the rest of these guys all have things that they actually do. So every so often we have to switch or move times around. So yeah, follow them. The winner of the poll for the last episode of Roams of the Wild was Kess. So Kess,
I'm sorry, Jodie. I think you mispronounced Zolta.
Watch as the claws come out, folks. And I'm not talking about Sean Connery, which is her cat, if you don't know.
Oh, right. I forgot that animals are a thing.
She has another one that's named Nicolas Cage.
Yep.
Because she can't have Fluffy or Mr. Whiskerson.
No.
They're both wonderful cats. So anyway, Kess, you get a legend point. Your internet connection is unstable. Sorry, I'm reading chat. My head hurts.
Well, if I had known we can get legend points from unstable internet, give me a couple minutes with my router.
Zolta's reign will never end. But really, vote for Aruna. He needs just one.
I think if last week or last month proved anything, I don't handle legend points well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least giving them to Kess. Kess is always coming up with really cool ideas and doing cool stuff, and then rolling 42s to learn the entire workings of an internal combustion engine.
That was my favorite. There's no way you'll 42. No, it's a.
Yep.
So, anyway, you may notice we're having some slight technical difficulties that may mean that some of the cast may just type their actions into our Roll20 chat, and I will just relay them to the audience, just so we can keep the game going. But we're doing our best. We can't control the internet as much as Elias has tried.
Or can we?
So any other announcements from you guys specifically?
There's one announcement that I guess I keep forgetting because it's so local, but if you happen to be near Adelaide, Australia, ZU's doing a panel at a local convention there whose name I forget. So
Elias really cares about this.
Check that con schedule. It'll have Cody and a few other Australios over there.
Australios.
That's what Australian locals are called, Jonathan.
Yeah. I'm sure.
It sounds like an oddly patriotic breakfast cereal.
I'm sure I assure you that breakfast cereal that end in O's are not on my mind.
With my horrible Australian accent. Dale will never forgive me.
Oh, that was an Australian accent. Okay.
It was an attempt. I can't. It's a hard accent to do. It really is. Dale, we love you. Anyway, I think that's everything. Unless I think Kiri, do you have any signings coming up that I've forgotten about? Cool. Then
I have a personal announcement.
You have a personal announcement?
Yes.
Aw, are you?
I read a book.
You did?
And it was curious.
Wow. Have you ever? Is this your first one?
No.
My first one of the year. Yes.
Oh my god. Here's the thing. I have not mentioned Kiri yet. I finished her books a week ago. I needed to decompress.
It's good.
It's really good.
I do know
and
if you.
I need to have a conversation with people about it.
I appreciated all the Shakespeare stuff.
I do know, Kira, you've been releasing a lot of stuff on your Patreon for the next book.
Yeah, the reason I'm not doing weekend, I'm gonna basically be a hermit and not do much socials. And all patrons right now, because I'm in a crunch and I are getting to see it as it comes out.
Yeah, so Patreon is cool. I think, does Zelda Universe have a Patreon? I don't know.
They do.
You can subscribe to the Twitch channel. Apparently they have a Patreon.
There are many ways to support Zelda Universe.
Yeah. Anyway, Kiri does cool stuff. I still have not gotten a copy of her book because I feel horrible. But I've heard so many good things, and I have recommended it to so many people, and they're like, I need a new fantasy book.
Might
It's
I
really
recommend
Miriam Chronicles?
Lord of the Rings?
I really enjoyed it. I read it like quite a while ago, though.
It's not a competition, Jonathan. God.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what's
just
fun?
saying. I'm just saying.
Once you buy it, you can read it again. It's still good.
Maybe I will. I'll burn through it this weekend.
We just watched Kiri just turn progressively more and more red.
Also,
So-
I love that the game has become, let's just talk about Kiri's
Yeah,
book.
let's just talk about Kiri's book. I enjoy watching, like, I follow Kiri's Facebook page. I just like watching just constant streams of, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, write my book now. Oh, I have a deadline. I'm going to write more of my book. I'm like, I wish I was that cool. I'm writing a business plan right now. That is as cool as my life gets.
I don't even. I can't adult.
I feel like I need Kiri to just message me and be like, hey, work on the stuff that you think you should be working on.
I mean, if you want me to, I'll
Career change. You're now a life counselor.
like, are you working on the thing? Do the thing.
And then,
I would love that.
Ilea is a doctoral candidate now, if I remember correctly. And, all these cool things. And I'm writing a business plan so I can finally get my bachelor's degree that I won't be able to use.
And I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah. So anyway, let's actually do Zelda related stuff and return to the realms of the wild. So to kind of bring people up to speed that haven't been watching and just to get everyone back in the mindset, these guys are searching for this thing called a wound. It's one of the things that's causing these kind of rifts between the different realms to form. And they're relatively certain they found one in this place called the Forgotten Temple, which Atticus seems to have a connection to in some way. They've been finding journal pages a la Bioshock, referencing the last people who were here, and have actually found a couple of the people that were here last time, though with slightly less, useful things like pulses. And most recently, they found a very strange room with this very strange pulsating thing that they have no idea what it was, but it seemed far too powerful for them to deal with then, and they did a tactical retreat and are now kind of exploring the rest of this temple. So, on that note, when we left off last week, you guys were, I believe you were on the second floor, if I remember correctly.
We went to the first floor to the other. I just rewatched the rerun, so it's very fresh on my mind. We went down to the first floor into the last unlocked door. We were doing a strategy where Aruna holds open the door by just standing in the doorway in case we needed to make another quick escape. Yeah, and then there were keys in the room, and then you said that was it.
Oh yes, you guys found keys. Yes, as you guys get into this room, you are kind of swarmed with a flock of geese just kind of dive bombing you. And I would like everyone go ahead and roll me initiative. How does that sound?
Could sound better.
18.
Give me just
Oh,
one.
yeah. I always forget how you do it, Jody. My bad.
That's okay.
I just remembered that I wrote down all of the BS Zora stories that Zolta let me over in my notes.
All the cannibal stories.
Yeah.
Somehow I always lose.
Kess, what you got?
Hang on one second. I got.
I missed that. Can you say
17.
Thank you. Zolta?
17.
16.
Cool. Aruna?
10.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Atticus?
18.
You guys did pretty damn well. So Atticus, again, as you enter the room, you see all these geese flying at you, which you know have been here before because, you know, you guys ate them before. So what do you want to do? I do want to remind everybody in the cast, we have a special rule system that I've added to just add a little bit of cool to the game. Once per round, when one of your allies does something, you can choose to aid them. You just kind of describe, you know, he's taking out, Aruna's taking out a bomb and throwing it. I'm going to, use my hook shot to trip the person so that they can't, get out of the way of it or something like that. Just tell me what you're doing. I will have you make a roll, and depending on what happens, it may turn out super, super well, or bad things may happen, as all dice rolls can happen. Don't forget that you guys can aid each other. It's normally it would cost your major action on the next turn. I just give you one for free every round. So remember about that. So back to Atticus. What would you like to do?
Remind me again how large these things are, these keys.
Not remarkably large. The for like bats, you're like bats as we know them, they're relatively large, like flying fox size.
Flying foxes. Okay.
It's a bat.
I
think they're Australian too.
I don't know how.
What is it with you in Australia today?
I really like Australia. I do.
I don't know how you'd want to handle this, or if I could do this, but I would like to pull out my whip if it wasn't already out. I can't remember how we left that.
That's fine.
And sort of like use it as like a spinning barrier over myself and anyone who's near me. I don't know if that would work.
Okay. That's interesting. I
hope you're tall.
I'm pretty sure that I'm tall.
Yes, we'll be fine. Aruna, on the other hand,
Aruna's still in the doorway. So if they're in the room, hopefully I'm out of range.
If you want to try and all right, so your goal with spinning your whip Castlevania style. What is the end goal? What do you just to prevent them from attacking you, to actually damage them? What's your goal?
More to prevent them from attacking, not so much like trying to hit any of them in particular.
I'm going to basically treat this as a barrier boon. So I'm going to have you just roll an agility check.
Okay.
To see if you can pull this off.
Oh, 2D. I just roll the dice and add it to my score, right?
Yeah, it's a D20 plus your attribute dice.
I'm on 3 different systems. I have 3 different games that are on 3 different systems now, so I'm like, so 6 and 8 plus.
There's no modifier. You just add the dice.
14.
14. 14 is good enough. So you guys watch as Atticus just brandishes his whip and just starts spinning it. And you hear this. And he's kind of put it at an angle so that since you guys are all kind of huddled around the doorway, in order for the keys to get to you, they're going to have to go through his whip. Now, because it's a whip, as soon as one of them hits it, they're going to be stopped, but it's also going to stop the momentum of the whip. So we'll have to see exactly how intelligent these keys are.
How many of them?
From what you can see, it's really dark in here. Make me a perception check. Perception's a thing in Open Legend, right? I have 2 different systems.
It is.
And one of the systems, I'm making up new crap for it. So.
Oh, I only had a 13.
13 is enough. You see roughly 4 shapes. That is such a large cat.
I know.
Kitty.
So yeah, roughly 4.
So loud.
So Atticus, anything else you want to do? That's basically your major action. You haven't moved at all, but obviously, I don't think you want to.
I can't remember how far in the room we've gone.
Basically, you guys are at the door. Just coming into the room is what kind of awakened the keys. So.
And this is a new room we have not been in, correct?
Yes.
Have I been in this room prior?
You have. This was one of the first room where you found there's a keys nest that is in a crack further back that opens up. You assume opens up into a cave system or something, because there was always a steady supply of keys in this room.
Then I'll just kind of like, as I'm putting in this barrier thing up, kind of turn to the rest of everyone and say, I think there's a keys nest in there, so they might just keep coming out.
I mean,
eventually, like, are they currently
no, you only see 4. You don't see any more coming in. Again, it's relatively dark in here. Compared to the other rooms that you've been in, there's not really like cracks in the ceiling that's letting in a ton of light. But you only see the 4.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you just say, are they currently reproducing?
Well, he said they might keep coming out. It's a limited number, right?
You start.
Nope, I don't want to hear it. Nope.
Marvin Gaye's playing, and
Let's be logical here.
so Kess.
The last thing I want to hear is keys reproducing.
If you'd like to take notes on how Kess reproduce, or not Kess, keys. Guys, it's been a ride.
No.
It really has.
to be fair, Kess and Keys is really close, especially when you're talking to Kess about Keys.
They have the same letters. Like they have. It's just Keys has more of them.
Yeah, and they're generally in the same order.
Yeah. Yes. The DM has lost his mind.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
It's Kess's turn.
Oh.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Bay right now.
You cut out in the middle of that. Try one more time.
They are being kept at bay right now.
There is something in between you and the keys, the spinning whip. It also means if you want to get to them, you're going to have to go through the whip as well.
But there is a nest.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Sorry, a nest.
No, there's no nest in this room.
Okay.
I was again. Atticus was here many years ago, and Kess kept Keys kept reappearing in this room.
All the Kess.
Our steady food supply of Kess.
No, run.
This was a food supply for them. So that's what there is no nest in the room.
Okay.
Gotta watch what I say around you guys. There's a
It's
nest.
not.
I want to see a nest. Their bat nest.
Ew, Jodie. That's not new.
So anyway, what would you like to do?
I would like to use my hook shot to shoot. I guess.
Okay.
They're small.
Yeah. Are you going to move outside, basically around the spitting whip, or you got to try and shoot through the whip? Because with your whatever intelligence is in this game, with your logic score, you're relatively certain if your hook shot goes through the whip barrier, the whip will wrap around your hook shot.
As cool as that would be.
Aside Christian Fisher, this episode is no longer about Zelda. It's about Green-Eyed Trombonist Cat and the reproductive habits of, I'm not sure if it's Keese or Kiss.
It's the hybrid. It's the hybrid of the two.
Well,
We just got into a whole new type of role playing.
nothing else in this room, right?
That might be against TOS.
That's a fantastic question. As of right now, yeah, you see nothing in the room.
But it is dark.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet wide and about 40 feet long, and you do see like you guys you guys entered from the door on the east wall. If you go, the room is 20 feet wide and then vertically is 40 feet long. There's a door on the west wall at the bottom of it. So you kind of go do like that. So that's the only thing you can see.
Okay. Well, I'm real appreciative of what, but we're not doing anything. I don't have a light. Torch. Kess, what are you doing with your life? Look at your life. Look at your choices.
I think every party member should be looking at their life choices.
I mean,
what am I doing? What am I doing being an archaeologist?
with the other choices of career in this particular world of doing what you can to not die, archaeologist I think is a decent choice.
No, that's fair. Can I use my scavenger skill to scrounge up and illuminate the room?
Yeah. Go ahead and make what would it be? I'm gonna have you make me a perception roll to see if you can find the items that you need. Because this is going to be kind of an interesting thing that you're doing.
15.
It's good enough. You find some scraps of cloth and some other kind of material that you think will burn relatively well. And using a combination of one of your daggers and some rocks that you found that you're relatively certain will spark, you create a torch. And it illuminates the entire room, which is how torches work in Zelda. We'll say that was your major action, though, because
I'm fine. No, I'm fine with that. Because anyway, and
all right. So, anything else you want to do with your turn?
Anything? Does that show me anything new?
Oh, there are 4 keys here. You can see a crack in the wall in the northwest corner where you think it's large enough that the keys could have come through it. You don't see anything else coming through that hole. And then the room itself is just kind of nondescript, very similar to the other rooms that you've been in.
any reason we should stay other than I kind of want to blow that wall up?
I'm good with
well,
that
there's
plan.
a door at the other side of the room. So
oh, right. That's right. Okay.
I also want to kill something.
Okay, cool. By all means.
And you guys have found that removing all of the creatures from a room sometimes has an effect on the room itself.
That's right.
So, so that ends your turn. That brings us to Zulta.
I'm going to reach out and try and drain the life of one of them.
These poor bats.
You guys watch as Zulta's eyes kind of go red, and you see that kind of black-red energy start, emanating from her, and she reaches out. Go ahead and make an entropy roll.
And this time I'll remember that I actually have an attack specialization in it. 36.
Rip.
Yeah. What is that against?
That's against its toughness.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that's 6 plus 16. So you guys watch as Zulta kind of reaches out her hand, and you see this bolt of black and red energy just go and envelop one of the keys. And she sits there just with her hand out and concentrating. You hear the keys start to, scream, and then she goes, "Whoop," and then the keys just drops. And there's nothing left of that keys other than a desiccated corpse. Bless you.
It's not the sound I thought a keys would make, but all right.
It actually was very close to the sound I thought a keys would make.
It didn't have time for more sound than that.
No.
Cut off.
Yeah. The start of a scream.
Anything else you want to do, Deathbringer?
Deathbringer Calio, they call her.
Well, now I'm just laughing hysterically. By
the way, Atticus, you're relatively certain you don't want to eat that particular keys.
I think I lost my appetite.
I will just glare in the direction of the other keys and hope they get the message.
You're trying to intimidate the keys away.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
Aruna.
Yes. Jodie.
Anything cool you want to do?
So the keys are in the air, roughly flying towards our direction. Does Iruna see the cracked wall across the way?
Yeah, now that the room is illuminated, everyone can see it. So it's a hole.
Oh,
it's not like
a
cracked wall. It's a hole in the wall.
Not like the one that we saw earlier.
No.
Okay.
This is just me trying to explain why keys kept showing up here before.
I gotcha.
It is purely narrative, I promise.
We're all like, but what about the nest?
The nest, yeah.
That still gives
me
ideas.
But if we put a bomb in it, maybe
that still gives me ideas, but okay.
I am totally fine with you guys going and fighting the Keys Lord.
That's like the secret boss of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's the secret boss of the dungeon.
Keys Woman versus Keys Man.
It's like Sephiroth, where you guys have to have like perfect timing, and it has like 1,000,000 health. And
okay.
Well, now I'm just sad.
Well, yeah. How about
the Keys are still kind of bunched up.
Yeah. Would you say that they're all within? Yeah, they probably are. Okay. How far away approximately are the Keys?
The room's not that big, so let's say they're within like 30 feet-ish.
30 feet? Yeah, okay.
Not even. They're probably closer to 20 feet because the
okay.
roof here is only about 20 feet high.
And then real quick, the door ahead of us, does it seem like locked, or is it just like something we could go through if we wanted? Based on our previous experiences.
You don't see anything preventing entry into the next room as of right now.
Okay.
Normally, like you've been in rooms where like big spikes have come up and have basically locked the door.
Yeah.
This room didn't do that.
Didn't have that reaction. All right.
Or if it did last week, I've forgotten. So.
No, it wasn't clear. Okay. So, yeah. Iruna's just gonna see, Kess light the room and Zolta just go all Zolta on the one of the bats. And, just like, I guess we're killing the keys first. And he's gonna try and take them all out with a single big bomb thrown in their cluster away from us.
Okay. Go ahead and make your energy attack. I believe. Do you have a feat that reduces multi-targeting stuff?
Yeah, I have multi-target attack specialist 1 for area, which lets me
so yeah, it'd actually be a straight roll then, because they're within a 10-foot cube.
Yeah, if they're within 10 feet, I can do it without disadvantage. Okay. Okay. That's 14.
And that's against guard, right?
That is against guard.
Okay. So it misses all of them. Okay. Just barely. So you have a choice. It can just, it can miss entirely, or you choose one, I choose one.
Yeah. 3 damage, a bane, or what's the third one?
3 damage, bane of 3 or less, or move 10 feet.
Right,
without an opportunity attack.
Let's just do 3 damage to all of them.
Okay. They are actually all going to, because they're far enough away, they're all just going to move forward. Because I have nothing else I can do with these guys. I don't think they have any good banes. All their banes require touch. Cool. It's their turn. They are not incredibly intelligent creatures, so they're going to fly directly into the wall of whip. Atticus, I'd like you to make an attack roll with advantage 2.
Okay, sorry. My wife just made me really good coffee and Baileys, so give me a moment to just
give me a moment
Atticus's
to
wife.
drink this coffee.
I want.
Oh, that's real good.
And also, why didn't she make any for the rest of us?
For real, Carissa.
Man, I can't do the just hold the Baileys on mine. It messes with my meds.
Yeah, can you hold the Baileys and the coffee?
I mean, caffeine.
With my whip, correct? So that would be my...
yeah, it'd be an agility.
Agility, okay. So that is those 2 again.
Remember, all dice explode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait, these are D8s, not... Okay. I was
hey! Do you have 2d8? I don't think that's...
8.
Yeah, I guess it would be possible. Yeah, never mind.
18.
18 is enough. You do 3 damage to one of them.
Did one of them try to fly into my...
Yeah, that's what the attack was you basically doing damage. And did you make the attack with advantage 2?
Oh, no.
Just roll 2 more d8s, and if they were higher, keep the higher ones.
Nope, they were not higher.
Okay, cool. So yeah, one comes in, gets smacked by your whip, and just kind of bounces off and hits the floor a little further away. It does stop your whip from spitting, so the 2 others come in. And one's going to go for Aruna. And is going to... What did I give you stuff? Yeah, okay. Is just going to bite Aruna. Does 15 beat your guard?
No, it does not.
The other one is
For
going
once.
to. The other one's going to try and bite Atticus. Does 15 beat your guard? Atticus?
Sorry. What am I rolling?
He's still
You're
blown
not rolling
away by the
anything. What's your
coffee.
guard score?
Oh, 20. Sorry.
20. Yeah, you're fine. They both come, like you whip one away, the other one gets past you, tries to bite Aruna, just gets a mouthful of rocky hide. And the third one just kind of flops on the ground for a little bit and gets up again.
If a Keese had managed to bite Iruna and it caused pain, it would have been a big blow to his ego.
A little bit. That's fair.
You do see poison dripping off of their fangs.
Oh. Less of an ego bruise then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, poison?
Oh, yeah.
Are they poisonous?
They are.
They have like...
Or technically, they're venomous.
Yeah.
You can eat them fine, but if they bite you, you will get poisoned.
Just like rattlesnake.
Atticus, you are up.
Are any of them still flying at this point, or
All three of them are still flying. It's just the one that hits your whip barrier basically had to use their entire turn to get back to a flying state.
okay? I would like to target that one and just shred up.
Okay.
So that's 16.
16, just barely enough. So you do another 3 damage to it. As you guys watch as Atticus comes up and just kind of whips one of the keys. It has another slash in it. It's starting to not look all that great, but it's still upright. Anything else you want to say again?
Common knowledge that keys are poisonous or venomous.
It depends on the keys. You would know that they're venomous, even just from the recent interactions of you can see venom on your armor and on Aruna's skin. You can see little drops of venom from where they tried to inject and just didn't make it through.
All right.
So you are aware.
I just say to the group, don't let them bite you. They're venomous. You got to watch out.
What? Oh, yeah. Looks at shoulder.
I
Are
appreciate.
any of us really going to, like, if we get bitten, what to happen?
I appreciate in my head. They need to give these guys a kiss goodbye.
Pun dog.
Do we really need to acknowledge all of Im's puns?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Every
Yeah.
last.
Imp, I believe, has more legend points than the entire cast combined.
You certainly got more than
I
Aruna's ever
may
had.
be in competition with him, but
Oh, and M's here too. Hi, M. So that's the end of his turn. It brings us to Cass.
Well, since there are remaining keys, let's try to get them. Or at least one, right? Just one.
Okay.
Nearest one.
So are you gonna hook shot him then, or?
I would like to hook shot him, and preferably with an.
Sorry, you cut out the second half of that. Preferably with a what?
Preferably slam it into the wall.
Oh, okay.
Like, so it'll just. Squeeze.
Okay.
the breaks are making this a very interesting fill in the blank conversation.
It's really good when she animates it because we see like the setup and then the finished result, and it's like, wow, that went 0 to 60 real fast.
I escalate very quickly.
So I'm gonna have you make a hookshot attack with advantage 2, because you're going to kind of position yourself so that you can pin it. And are you going to be aiming for the one that was hit by Atticus, or a different one? Okay. Are you aiming for the one that Atticus hit or a different one?
Different.
Okay, cool. So you did 10 over their guard, so you can add on a Bane for free. You guys watch as Kess kind of jump rolls, gets to her knees, and just fires off her hook shot. It goes, smacks one of the keys that are actually over by Atticus and Aruna, and just pins it against the wall. What Bane are you inflicting?
I would like to add the nerve strike.
So the key hits the wall and then just hits the ground, just kind of shaking there as it's been partially paralyzed. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Cool. That brings us to Zulta.
Guess what I'm going to do?
Caress the keys.
Yes.
With kindness.
Triumphant over my last victory, I decide that I will show mercy to these creatures and tell them they can join Jerry as one of my pets, or they can die. And then
incredible kindness that Zulta shows to these keys as she caresses their corpulating forms.
I'm imagining Zulta's this mob boss now, where she sees the old mob boss's henchman. It's like, you have a choice. Join me or die.
I was just going to say.
And then seeing that they
can't refuse.
They don't seem to speak my language. Seeing that they don't understand, I go ahead and go to the one that has not been attacked by Kess or Atticus yet, and I drain its energy.
Okay. So edgelord
With a
Zulta.
40.
God, what?
I have an attack specialization in entropy.
I guess I should look into that, whatever that is.
Just gives her, technically, attack specialization gives you advantage 1.
You get advantage per tier of the specialization.
So she has multiple tiers in it, and it's how many tiers do you have in it?
Just 3.
Oh, yeah. So she's rolling advantage 3 and somehow is getting exploding dice. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
On D20 plus 2D8, her 2D8 came up as a 12 and a 15. So, yeah.
I'm waiting for the day that I break 100.
You another, like, she literally is just kind of going around and like like a boss fight that you're supposed to lose.
Where Zulta is the boss.
I'm the boss now.
Anything else you want to do with your turn, Zulta, as you just keep zapping everything?
I will allow the 13th letter to kiss my ring. I will have to find a ring to put on for that. But otherwise, I'm going to hope that the other keys understood my offer.
They don't. One of them looks like it's about ready to kiss something. But that ends Zulta. Aruna, there are 2 keys left. One is on the ground, just kind of paralyzed and with a look of fear in its eyes. The other one is right next to Atticus, looking like it's getting ready to bite him again.
Oh, so the one that was trying to bite me is dead?
It's not dead, it's paralyzed. It's still technically alive.
Oh, so that one's right next to me?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna be like, this is dumb, and just like stomp on it with the full weight of Agoron.
Okay. So that'll be a might attack with advantage 2.
Might with advantage 2. Cool. This is improvised, so I'll let you decide what it's against.
It would be against guard. However, its guard is massively low because when you're paralyzed, you lose bonuses to your guard.
So this is... what? Wait, really? Yeah. 30.
30.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's 20. It's 19.
Still,
it's 19.
it had 5 hit points. You just squish. Its guard was 10 because it no longer had any ability scores, and you just squished it. So you guys watch as Ruta just go over and squish. The final Keese, feeling very alone, is going to go towards the Death Lord and attempt to kiss her ring by biting it.
Lonely. I'm so.
Not the smartest animals in the Hylian animal kingdom.
No, they're
Monster
not.
kingdom or whatever.
It gets a 45.
Really well. That definitely beats my guard.
Wow.
I feel like I am
Revenge
probably
Keese.
out.
Well, it's against your guard, so
Yes, which was 15.
okay. And what's your so that's
So it does enough
30
to
damage.
kill me.
just render you unconscious, because it also adds the paralyzing poison. So you are,
That's nice. I'm passed out right now.
yeah.
I don't care that I'm paralyzed. I can't do anything
Rude.
about it.
Super rude, Keese.
So the Keese just like flies towards her, attaches itself, and it actually starts draining. It's just attached. It looks like it's draining her life.
And as I'm about to pass out, I want to go, and pass out.
All right, Atticus, you're up.
How close am I?
Let's say within 10 feet. Like Zulta didn't go that far away on her death rampage.
I didn't say I moved at all.
I want to try to.
I kind of visualize you as just like casually strolling as you're like.
Is it like still attached, like fangs in?
Yeah, it's on her neck.
Oh man.
It looks like it's trying to drain her dry.
Does it have any damage so far? Has this one been attacked yet?
Yeah.
I would like to see if I
looks a
could
little
like.
rough.
Oh, I shouldn't do this. I'm always wary of doing this because in other games I've almost killed party members. So, yeah.
Well, it's Zulta, so
So it's okay.
Invites
Jodie,
guest
you really
on.
need to have a
Guest
heart
kills
to heart.
regular cast
she'll
member.
just come back and haunt you as an undead, you know.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Whoa. Please don't
I'm
do
not
that.
signing up for this whatsoever.
I will
would-
come back stronger than ever before.
Obi.
Break
Obi,
me
Zolt-
down.
Zolty one. I
What?
don't know.
What?
Yes,
You
Kiri, that
said
is the
Zulti
reference I was.
Wakanobi.
That's the reference I was making.
I would like to just run over and see if I can just like rip it off and throw it against.
Oh.
I don't know, something like that.
Okay,
Not rip it, but like try to
Can I assist?
Sure. I'm gonna so your intention is to try and just get it off of her or actually damage the creature, Atticus?
Primarily to get it off, but if I can also like chuck it against a wall or throw it to Aruna so he can just step on it.
It's gonna be a logic roll for you.
No!
No.
No!
And Kess, because you're gonna help him out, you can make a logic roll as well.
Being since I'd maybe dealt with Keese a lot, maybe I
Oh yeah, you're sure. I'll give you advantage.
I
Let's say
could
advantage.
use to be like, no, like if you touch it like this, police.
Okay.
in theory.
Oh wow, exploding dice, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just rolled 2 6s. Do I just
Yes, keep going. Yes.
Yeah.
4? Damn. Okay.
Okay, so that's 16
16.
plus a d20.
Yeah, plus a d20.
Yeah, all rolls are a d20 plus a modifier.
17.
So you're at 33.
Wow.
Oh, you guys
that's
have
my logic.
I thought you rolled a 1 on the d20, which is still good enough. Kess, go ahead and make your roll.
Logic, correct?
Yes, logic with advantage 1.
My logic is 2, so add 2 to that because I didn't add that in anywhere.
No.
You
You
don't
don't add you don't add your score. You just add the dice the dice are decided based on your score. So
Got it.
19.
okay, between the two of you and his crazy high roll, not only are you able to get to take it out, but Kess, you sit there and go, you do this, and you take the fangs out, so you're not ripping out, part of her neck. And then
We like her.
Atticus, as you sit there, you kind of look at it, and you notice. You kind of have like a beautiful mind moment where you're sitting there, or even like
equations come across.
Equations come up, and you start like seeing the anatomy of the creature, and you realize if you just squeeze really hard, you'll probably kill it.
Also, real quick, I think we maybe just got in something from the audience.
Oh, hold on for a sec.
You can't prove that.
I have like 7 windows open. Give me a second. You have a great fairy, so you can heal 4d6. Thank you, Velvet Blondie, for doing that. For those of you wondering what exactly that is, whenever you watch any Zelda universe stuff, you earn rupees, and you can spend those rupees on things like giving the players health when they need it. So you are still paralyzed, but you have health now.
Yay!
So thank you, Velvet Blondie.
So it's off, and I just squeeze it.
It's dead. Like you just went, and it's done.
Oops.
I think it was a very effective use of your turn, seeing as all you're trying to do is get it off.
On that note.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
It's been a really long
I
one.
refrain from such activities.
I mean, between the Marvin Gaye nest, are they
It
reproducing?
died happy.
Oh no,
I regret nothing.
no, you've taken it to another level now. That's Look, just because I grew up on a farm. All right.
I am crying from laughter right now. Oh God.
Wow. I thought it was a joke when I said we were doing a whole different kind of role playing. Apparently it wasn't.
Nope.
So yeah, they're all
So then he took out his whip and
And got the bat off.
thank you for finishing that thought.
In case that wasn't clear.
Oh boy.
Julta, you broke the DM. Take a legend point.
Yay. I broke everyone though.
Oh, my head hurts so bad right now. Wow.
On that note, when Iruna sees that all the bats in the room are taken care of, he immediately tenses up and looks for a falling wooden chest from the ceiling.
Nothing falls, actually, but you do feel the hint of magic in the room as at the far end of the room you see...
Oh, there's magic in the room already.
God damn.
I'm still paralyzed.
Atticus, take a legend point. You've broken the DM again.
I quit. Like, I just...
Aruna, take a legend point. You broke the DM with Julta.
Oh my gosh.
Pity
All right,
points.
hold on a second.
I'm still paralyzed.
Realized I hadn't taken my meds. Sorry.
Fine.
Wow, that is just wow. So a chest appears. No.
All flavor is gone now. It's just, and a chest appears.
Great game, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Oh man.
For maybe the PG version of this game.
That's never been a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a family show. Family show.
Never made that claim. All right.
Is it locked?
I'm gonna mispronounce your name. Lysaus. just by watching any Zelda universe show, you earn rupees. So they kind of just tick in at a very set amount. So yeah, just watch us, watch the other stuff on this channel. They have we have content, I think 4 or 5 days a week, 6 days a week now.
6 days a week.
Everything but Wednesday. There's something, and there's a couple days like Saturdays we have this show plus what's his face's show that I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
He's an Australian.
Cody.
To keep with the theme. The Cody Zone. And then Sundays we have Running Blind with I cannot remember anyone's name right now.
We have Jake and Amanda on Sunday.
Yeah. So yeah, they're just tune in whenever, and like I said, there's tons of different things that you can do. Everything from just healing the characters, giving them re-rolls, giving them legend points, all the way up to helping design an NPC. And actually, one of the people they're actually designing an entire group of NPCs that will play a fairly big part in the story. And you basically work with me through email, and we build an NPC that I put into the show for you.
Yeah, the day when Aruna, actually when Pierre faces the army and dies.
Yeah, then we don't have to worry about Alex anymore. Anyway.
Notice he's not here today.
Poor Alex.
Aruna goes to the chest and opens it.
Okay. You feel this odd compulsion to hold the item you found above your head, and it is a key.
Hey, I found another key, guys. See, look.
I try to give him a thumbs up and can't because I'm paralyzed.
Go ahead and make a resist roll. Click on any of your defenses, and it'll make a resist roll.
Hey, Zolta, are you okay?
13.
You shake off the paralysis.
I now actually hold up my thumb in answer to that question.
I reply with another larger thumb.
Not about size, okay?
Out of nowhere, Samus Aran busts in and gives a big thumbs up.
And then the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah!
Yeah!
Talk about a most ambitious crossover ever.
But I thought Samus was part of the Zelda universe. It's just a prequel, right?
Yeah,
sure.
It's exactly what it was. Of course. That is a reference to a video that is like 3 years old now.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. Still one of the most, I think it's one of the most, if not the most popular video on the All Freaking Alliance.
So, yeah. I guess we should go through this other door. Wait. The chest appeared near that other door, right?
Kind of. It appeared on that side of the room.
If I walk towards that other door, do I feel sick like the other?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
So this is a fun trend, she said, not actually meaning a...
Hey, Zolta, maybe shake off that stuff over on that side of the room, because this side of the room is bad. Ugh.
I'm just going to lay here for a bit and try and get my strength back.
Okay.
Is there only the one other door?
Yeah, there's the door you came in from, and then the door on the opposite side. And again, you get that familiar feeling that you guys felt on the second floor going near it.
Hey,
Do we want to look?
Atticus, do you know what's on the other side of this door?
Do I know what's on the other side of that door?
It was another relatively long room, but just like the last one, the last time you were here, these things, these pulsating, like, disgusting things weren't here. So, but you do know that was one of the areas where you sent people to investigate, and sometimes they wouldn't come back from.
I turn to Aruna and say, well, I've been in there before, but like the last room that we were in, whatever's in there now wasn't there before. And
the sick feeling orb thing.
Right.
Wait, you saw the orb thing? You could see it?
Couldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we were just, that was back in the other room. And
Huh, okay.
why?
So
I'm glad you caught that. I wasn't sure if you guys would.
Well, if it's related to the things we're looking at, not everyone can see him. But you can see
so
that.
you've come across these things before?
Well, not these
Or else?
things, but like similar things. They don't make you feel sick, but they let you go to like other versions of Hyrule. It's really weird. We'll show you if we see one. They don't make you feel sick, and they're a lot safer, kind of,
that we know
sort of.
I've actually been told how to do this. I'm going to look it up. Like Eos, you get a legend point for mentioning Captain N, because that was my favorite show as a child.
I still.
It doesn't do you any good because you're not playing, but collect your legend points.
No, see, when we get to the point where we actually face Ganon in the final rumble, the chat is going to pool their legend points and either help or really hurt us.
Totally. The select button.
When we fight Ganon,
Nothing in real
she
life.
says.
M, I love you.
Yeah, like it's just, I don't think if we brought a few other people in here, they would be able to see it, or maybe even feel it. But Jerry could feel it. It sounded like. Hey, Zolta, can you ask Jerry if he saw the orb?
Aruna MVP.
Who is Jerry? You keep
That's her
talking-
lizard.
The lizard.
Pull Jerry.
Take a legend
Ow.
point, Elias.
I pull Jerry out and I say, Aruna wants me to ask you if you saw an orb. I know you can't speak the same language. He doesn't get it. I know. It's just like when we were back at Mysora City and there was a school of fish went by and,
Did you really just do and one time at Zora Camp?
I was just gonna let her talk and see where that story is gonna go.
I'm sorry.
the story is about the very special Zathu, who thought that asking fish for directions would lead him where he needed to go. And he got lost, got near actually this big drop off, and then was eaten. So we learned a lot that day.
People are real strange.
Yeah,
But I'm just talking to Jerry. Right
but
now.
so wait, if it sounds like he can talk back to you though. So what did he say?
Jerry thinks that you're weird for thinking that he can speak the same language as us.
But then how would you know that if he can't?
I can read it in his eyes.
Can you
I'm-
read in
I'm
his
gonna-
eyes if
I'm
he saw
gonna-
the orb?
I'm going to
No.
Aruna and just say,
Worth it. Worth it.
Every single time. It literally went, I'm going to go to Aruna and just say freeze.
With your hand up.
This freezing thing is so much better than I thought it would be. We have no idea what you said, by the way, Kiri.
I know.
Nothing got through, but it was hilarious nonetheless.
I'm assuming she basically said in a nice, loving, kestrel way, Aruna, shut up.
What was in the chest, by the way? I don't know.
It was a small key.
No, it was a key.
Okay.
They were gonna Kess said later we're going to have a talk about sarcasm.
Okay. So, Kess, do you want to look in here really quick? Because I think there's another orb with shadow people in it. And if it's the same thing with nothing new, we can abort like last time. I can hold the door open.
Okay. So you guys go in. Kess, go ahead and make me a perception check.
okay.
You get that familiar feeling of just everything feels wrong and you feel sick.
20.
So going in again, you see that thing. You see the shadows start to take form again and start coming towards you. And you also notice a piece of parchment on the ground. And you kind of really quickly snatch it up as you kind of run back out of the room. And Aruna lets the door shut behind you. And on that piece of parchment, where are you? You find this, which due to the fact that you aren't coming through all the way, someone else may want to read this one.
I can read it.
Okay.
Let me just blow it up a little bit for the audience at home. So pretend, well, I don't know. Do you want to read this out loud or to yourself, Kestrel?
Aloud.
Okay, just pretend she's reading this out loud. Day 11. Oh, wow. Over a dozen men are now gone. No one knows what happened to them. Some went out to get food and never returned. Others were there when we all went to sleep and gone by the time morning came. Atticus has started forming search parties in addition to food parties. But
It's the same word.
Listen, it's a little fuzzy. But thus far, no one has been found. Terrace doesn't understand why people are disappearing. So I've told her they've joined Daddy fighting the bad men.
Stop lying to your child!
Is that an interjection that we get from Kess in the middle of this reading?
Definitely.
Like,
It is.
really serious. Stop lying to your child. Kess is really invested in the story of these people who are probably dead.
As a child who grew up and who is very certain she...
As a child who grew up.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
That's all we need to know.
The stories continue each night, but they feel different now. At first, they were just to keep Terrace occupied. Then they became entertainment for everyone. Now, they're the one thing keeping people from breaking down. They need the lies to keep on living, because reality is starting to become too horrible to endure any longer.
You read this out loud, right?
On that cheerful note.
She did. Yeah.
Okay, Kiri did. So everyone heard this, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'd say Atticus just like leans against a wall and slowly slides down and sits down, face in hands.
You know, Atticus, that river rock I gave you can really help with sadness.
I'm sorry, what?
The river rock I gave you in the other room. I assumed you were saving it for later, which is why you put it in your bag. But if you eat one of those, they feel really nice and fill you with good feelings.
I'll take your word for it. But thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
I whisper to whoever else is near me.
Mm-hmm.
Does he think everyone can eat rocks?
Who's near him? We
Kess,
should all just nod.
Kess is patting him, on the head, being comforting. So
Just go with it.
I'm just nodding.
Well, I guess we should decide where we want to use the keys. You have a key, right, Cass?
Arun. I might still have one, though. No, I do. We both have one.
Yeah.
do you guys now have keys?
Was that a keys pun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it meant to be?
Yeah, we have 2 small keys and 2 small key doors that we can do here. I guess we should just go across the hall and see what's over there, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a locked door on the other side. I'm assuming you guys open it then?
I'll use my key on it and hold the door open for everyone and try to keep it open.
Yeah, the door opens up. You guys are all able to get in. It closes behind you.
No,
doesn't lock.
I'm trying to hold it open in case we need to make a quick escape.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, just let me know.
It doesn't lock or anything. It doesn't close again.
Okay.
Until you get out of the way, and then it closes. You could open it again. You're in a small room with another door on the other side.
Any keyholes?
Nope.
Any bombable cracks?
Make a perception check.
Perception. Ooh. No. Okay, hang on. This is good. It's 25.
Looking around, the room itself again is carved. It's obviously meant to be here. None of the walls look structurally unsound. But as you're sitting there looking, you do hear some noise from the other side of the door that you haven't been through yet.
Any recognizable noise?
Since you're hearing it through a door, it's kind of hard. You hear kind of some clicking almost. And movement. But beyond that, you really can't tell.
Guys, I'm pretty sure there's things on the other side of the door up ahead. Like clicking things.
Probably Scatella.
A what?
Spiders!
Oh. Those are fun. Maybe we can just squish them like the keys.
I may hide behind Aruna a bit more, but I'm down for this.
I totally didn't think about Skulltulus. Damn, you guys gave me a good idea.
They are now giant Skulltulas.
Atticus turns to Aruna and says, "Can't you just like roll up into a ball and just like roll in there and smush everything? I mean, I don't understand like why we have to fight.
I would love to cast,
literally a giant boulder.
I would love to cast Aruna as the giant boulder in Indiana Jones.
Yes!
That boulder falls down a pit.
Even better.
I mean, I could, but sometimes it's easy for something to stop me, and then I bump back, and I'm just me again. But it's possible. I could also just like roll a bunch of bombs in there and hope everything dies.
Bombs and do that.
Oh yeah, I got bombs. Do you want one?
Sure.
I plop a hand bomb into his, not taking the time to size it proportionally for him, so it's just oversized.
Okay.
You just light the end there whenever you want to set it off with like
the door
some
open
flint and stuff.
I
can open it.
I kind of envision Aruna sitting there and giving him a lit bomb and then going, "Oh yeah, just light it when you need it."
So what are we doing? Are we rolling? Is that what we're doing? We're rolling bombs?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. And he starts handing out bombs to everyone.
Are we bowling with bombs?
He gives one to Zolta and Kess and Pierre. And then he turns to Zolta. I'm like, does Jerry want a bomb too?
What's your smallest bomb?
He pulls out a river pebble sized bomb.
It's like one of those little poppers you get for the 4th of July.
It's basically a small firecracker. Yeah.
I want to show it to Jerry and be like, "Can you hold this?"
Oh.
Jerry tries to eat it.
I don't think Jerry should have this bomb. I'll roll it for him.
Okay, well here's Jerry's bomb. So we can all just open the door and then roll bombs in there, hope everything blows up, and then close it.
Jerry bomb. but it's Jerry's bomb.
Before we
Hello, Kestrel.
Jerry
Hello.
Bomb.
Hello,
Oh
bomb.
Oh,
Jerry's bomb. Done. Done it.
Atticus says to the group, before we start chucking explosives down in there, we should probably get a look-see just in case there's any innocents or anything.
Oh, do you think there's still people here?
Because you
Get out now.
found so many thus far.
I'm not trying to keep my hopes up, but just in case.
If there are any innocents who want to come out and not get killed by a bomb, get out now.
What if they don't consider themselves innocent? Like,
Then maybe they deserve to die.
There's Zolta. There's the Zolta we know and love. Or
I
don't
just
At existential levels.
love. Okay.
maybe they're having like that moment of like, well, who among us is truly innocent?
This has gone from 50 Shades of Zelda to an existential crisis.
As it should.
Hanging out with Kiri.
So, okay. The plan is
So the ontological argument.
Wait. One more thing. How do I light this?
Here, I
It's
give everyone a little bit of
basically
flint and everything to...
It's basically built like a road flare. So you do a thing and it makes a spark. I've never actually used a road flare. I just know the top is designed to light it.
Yeah, I give everyone like pieces of flint and everything that I use to just light bombs as they come out of the bag. So the plan is to open the door, see if there's any people inside. If there's not, or if we see monsters, we just roll our bombs in and shut the door again.
I already yelled and no one has come out, so I'm down to just throw the bomb.
But maybe they can't hear you.
I mean, just open it and look for like 1 second, and then whoever opens it, just yell throw or not throw.
Okay. I can do that.
How is your vision, Rock Man?
I can see you.
Okay.
Rock-on.
Lobster!
Okay. Is everybody
But I
ready?
take another legend point. That what gold there is. How's your vision? I can see you. And that's all that matters.
I'm also
This is
pretty
now
sure that's
turned
all
into a love
Aruna
story.
would know. Oh.
Can't wait for that slash fic.
Yes, if you do have fan fiction that you're writing about this show, please, like,
Oh my God.
That's
tag me.
Elias Thompson
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Elias Thompson on Twitter, but also Green-Eyed T-Bone on Twitter because I want to read it.
Please tag me as well.
And also Kiri, yes, tag all of us.
I will do a dramatic reading of it.
Oh yes.
That can be one of our new reward tiers.
You're welcome.
Kira does dramatic readings of fanfics. That won't turn out poorly at all.
Fanfics of our show, not just fanfics. And if we don't get any fanfic submissions, but someone does that, we will write a fanfiction.
Sounds
Anyway,
brilliantly.
Aruna, you got to open the door.
Yeah, we gotta check to everyone. Is everybody ready? I'll take that as a yes. And then he opens the door and tries to hold it open.
You see a bunch of surprise Stalfos and a couple keys.
Throw the bombs!
Or two.
And I roll my bomb in.
I'm going to say because of how well you guys prepared for this and just the massive amount of explosion that is about to happen, they're done.
And then, yeah, we close the door once all the bombs are rolled in.
Explode. You open the door again. There's a pile of bones and charred keys.
Okay, we're good. And then I go in.
And as you go in, you find this.
That survived.
This is not
because
paper.
I spent a crap ton of time writing these.
It's not a paper. It's on some material that seems like paper, but it survives
A
heat.
little singed around the edges.
And there is a singed chest in the corner of this 40-foot by 40-foot room. So if Elias, if you want to read this one too.
Yeah. And actually, Aruna might pick this up if he finds it, if he's the first one in. If Kess was not going to immediately pick it up.
Well, you kind of went in first, so.
Oh, Kess, I found another one of these papers.
And then you can read as me.
Okay. Oh God! All right, this is going to be a wild ride, folks. Day 13. The shadows are eating us. I woke to a scream in the middle of the night, and saw one of the watch being dragged into the shadows, trailing blood behind him. Atticus reacted immediately, grabbing a torch and chasing the shadow off. The damage was done. The man died, the look of pure terror frozen on his face for the rest of time. I did my best to keep Terrace from seeing, but when I turned around, she was already awake, staring at the man. She ran to me, bawling and apologizing. If I had told you about the Dark Ones when they first talked to me... ... The rest is lost in sobs.
Oh, shit.
It took me the better part...
crap going on. Check her skull for...
It took me the better part of an hour to calm her down, and after she stopped, she refused to talk to anyone but Atticus.
Silent hell!
I don't know what she said to him, but we're moving further into the temple to a more fortified position. 2/3 of the survivors that entered this temple will now never leave. But the guardians outside continue their barrage against the door, so we can't leave. We just have to hope our next camp is easier for Atticus to protect.
Atticus, never trust the child who talks to creepy. Never.
Yeah, what did Terrace say?
Yo, Jodie, do I remember what she said to me?
Yeah, you do. I can whisper it to you, or if you want to share it with the rest of the group, I can just say it out loud.
I'm assuming everyone in the group is like, you better tell us what the hell she said.
Yeah.
Iruna's like looking at you after this, so.
You see him just kind of feeling around for more bombs.
Yeah, Zolta has a little bit of like lightning.
Jodie, is it pretty like heavy, whatever it is she said? Or is it like...
Well, it's a kid that saw shadow creatures that apparently have been speaking to her.
Yeah, okay. Atticus is like pacing and just shaking his head. And
so you remember that when she spoke to you, it took you a good 10 minutes to get her to stop apologizing to you, telling you that it's all her fault, that she caused this, that, you know, all these people are dead because of her. Like this kid is so distraught from this and quite literally blames herself for everything that's happened. And as you finally get past and go, no, it's not your fault, she describes that for the past like week-ish, she started waking up in the middle of the night hearing whispers. And as they became clearer, they would tell her to go away from other people and go into the darker areas of the room. And then they would talk to her. And they would tell her about all the bad people that she was with, that the other people that were going to try and hurt her, that if she told anyone that this was happening, that the bad people would realize that they were in trouble. And so she kept talking to these in an attempt to make friends, because she was very lonely and because they kept saying that they were going to protect her. And now she's realized that they were not as truthful as she thought they were. And she kind of tries to explain that, well, at first she keeps trying to say, well, the people that died had to be bad people. They had to be bad people because that's what they said. They were bad people. But but the more she talks and the more that you really just sit there listening to her, the more she kind of convinces herself in a very much more mature way than you would expect for a child of her age that she's kind of been lied to and manipulated. So.
Okay. I understand if this is going to take a moment, but can you tell us what happened to her?
Was she in that moment?
I'm sorry,
was she
what?
already like evil? Like maybe she was already possessed.
Like, we could keep looking for these pages, but if you can just tell us what happened to her, that would...
Jodie, can you whisper to me if I know or not?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, the chest is in that room, but, well, the rune is focused on Atticus at this point. What a tense moment of role-playing right here on Realms of the Wild.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Exclusive to Zelda Universe TV.
So don't forget,
trying to
Alice is a wonderful book. Elias, I guess, since we're out of character right now. Elias and I have both read it. Kiri wrote it.
When you said Alice, I was like, how do you know the name of my child?
Because I stalk everyone I do internet shows with.
She's not kidding. That's true.
I once saw her
Put
outside
up at my house
window.
once. It was like, what?
Yeah. But we had a good time once you got over the fact I knew where you lived without you telling me.
And that it was 3 a.m. in the morning. But you know what? Paul.
Yes. So, that's... Stay tuned in 2 weeks for more of this exciting silence of...
Velvet Blondie, only people who watch Winecraft.
That's everyone. That's everyone on the planet.
That's literally everyone ever. Okay.
So why were you surprised?
I guess I shouldn't be.
Remember, Wednesday nights, there are 2 shows that you can watch. They include Elias getting drunk.
No, it's really sad or not.
Okay.
Usually me.
If it's a day where I haven't eaten anything, then maybe.
Someone gets drunk on Wednesdays. Enjoy.
A lot of people get drunk on Wednesday.
Well, we're trying to advertise your show. Get on board.
Okay, here we go.
Oh boy. So now...
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's...
I'm not 100% sure if the fact that I came up with this shit is something I should bring up with my therapist.
That
But
good,
as you guys react to it, I start becoming more and more certain that this may be a conversation I need to have with both of them.
Every good DM has a dark side.
So, yeah, I am currently working out some thoughts for a Bluebeard's Bride game. I have similar thoughts to you, Jodie, as I think through all the scenarios.
Right, really messed up stuff. You go, there is something definitely wrong with me.
No, I think all like creators and writers and stuff, like I think it's okay to like come up with really dark scenarios because like it lets you explore those parts of like your mind without actually like doing something that's
as long as we put it in the role-playing game and don't go out on a murder spree.
Wait,
we're fine, right?
Isn't
that
my
seemed
therapist?
That seemed to confuse Kiri. All right,
okay,
so can you
someone asks me, right?
Yeah,
what happened to them?
Can you? I know we could just look for these pages a lot, but if you could like tell us what happened at Terrace. I know it might not be good, but that might help us know what we might be up against.
So after like a couple of moments, Atticus is like, to be honest, I actually don't know what happened to her or her mother. I wanted to try to protect them, to protect everybody, but I failed, and I don't know. I don't know if they died. I don't know if they got out. I don't know what happened to them.
So you were separated?
Yeah. Sorry, this is really difficult for me. But yeah, we were separated. I tried to find where these things were coming from. I told them to stay in a room, and I went out looking, and I couldn't find anything, and I ended up going back to check on them, and they were gone. So
Where did
I'm sorry, what?
You skipped out.
Where did you leave them?
Jody, do I know exactly where, or do I just know like roughly?
Yeah, you know exactly where. This
Okay.
this is something that's kind of burned into your memory.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want, you can take them to the exact location.
Okay. I turn to Cass and I say, I know where, but I don't know if I can go up there again. But all right, follow me, and then
Now there is, before you leave this room, there is a chest in the room.
Yeah.
Get that chest.
I haven't opened a chest yet. I want to open a chest.
Okay, so Zulta, you open the chest, and you this is a much bigger chest than the other ones that you've seen thus far.
Okay.
And you feel a compulsion to lift what you found above your head, which is basically 3 pieces of parchment.
A map!
Ooh.
Wow, I've been off in some of my sketches.
And you
What?
find a map of the entire temple.
You know, I like this, but I think that these should really go to Kess. So I hand them over. Kess, I think that this is something that you can work with.
Awesome. Okay. I'm excited. All right.
It's nice that it's color-coded.
Yeah. Oh, to describe everything, red lines mean unlocked doors, blue lines mean locked doors, green lines mean stairs, and the stairs should be leveled as to where they go.
So blue, you said, were locked doors, right?
Yes, blue are locked doors. So after doing that, Atticus brings you up to the second floor, and he takes you to the southwest corner of the very large room that you're in. And Aruna, as you get close to it, you notice that the wall is not... From a distance, it looks fine. When you get close, you realize there's something different about the wall. The stone that's used is different for it. Like, it just doesn't seem right.
Oh, does it look a little like the thing we blew up in the first room? Structurally questionable?
Technically, it looks different because this was intentionally made, whereas the other one was just kind of a more of a structural defect.
Uh-huh.
This was intentionally made to keep something hidden. But you know, again, your knowledge of rocks, you know that the rock that this is made out of is relatively brittle. So the right amount of force, like a bomb or something like that, would probably destroy it.
Okay. And that's That's on the first floor here, and in the
It's the second floor.
second floor in the bottom left.
Southwest corner. So
Southwest.
bottom left.
Gotcha. So it's unmarked on this map that we just got.
Yes, there's nothing marked on the map.
And I know that right, because
You know that this room is here.
yeah. So I turned to what's his name, Aruna, and say like something along the lines of, well, you know, that bomb you just gave me, that wasn't the first time I've blown something up like that. Was there a door here, Jody? Is that what?
It basically was a room that you kind of built using explosions and improvisation, and then collapsed things around so that there was really no way in or out in an attempt to protect them.
I relay this to Aruna.
Oh,
That's why it's not on the map, because it wasn't originally part of the temple.
okay.
And I did that because these shadow things were just coming from everywhere. I didn't know what else to do but try to create a space for us that nothing could get in or out.
So it's like a little...
Apparently it didn't work. I failed, just like I seem to fail at everything else.
Well, they could have left. I mean,
We're not here for therapy time. We can deal with that later.
what's therapy?
you may not be, but
So I'm assuming, Aruna, you destroy the wall?
Well, he's gonna ask for a little more, like, so it was just like a little alcove, or was it a connecting thing to somewhere else?
The room didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
yeah, it was completely enclosed.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can probably open this, but do you guys want bombs again in case anything's on the other side?
I think I'll trust my
Oh, okay.
expert.
Well, hello, is anyone back there?
It echoes a little bit off because you're in a very, very large room right now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, give me a second, and I place some charges to...
Yep. Again,
it back
relatively simple. It blows it up, and you see a very makeshift kind of hole doorway thing into a room beyond. The room itself has no light in it.
I'll light a wick and throw it in there.
Yep. So as you do, you see the remains of a very, very, very old campfire. You see...
Give me PTSD, Jody. You say remains.
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah.
you see remains,
Like
pause. I was like...
Yeah. You see the remnants of a very, very, very old campfire. And you see two more pieces of paper.
And I do think that someone redeemed a legend point, and they did it for the wrong person and want it changed to Aruna. So if you can confirm that.
Yeah, give me
Oh,
just
no. You can't do that. Never mind. They updated.
Okay.
I want to give their legend point to Aruna.
Oh, sorry. That doesn't work. But Kes and Zulta, you guys both have a fairy heal, 3d6. So you currently are at full health because health returns to full after about 5 minutes of rest. So you just have a heal in your back pocket that you can use. It'll take a major action to use it, but you have it. So this is the first piece of paper that you find. Which,
Is this-
Elias, if you want to do the others,
Well,
the honors.
is this the one that Kes found, or is Zolta found?
Well, you guys, I'm since you're the one that threw the wick in, you probably would have been the one that found both of these.
Oh, I thought you... Oh, wait, that was about the berries. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess, yeah, Iruna's just become the paper guy at this point.
Yeah.
Day 15. We're the only ones left. Each new camp was mere...
It's more.
More. Sorry. This handwriting isn't how Goron's write. Fortified than the last, but each night, more screams, more people gone. Now it's just Terrace, Atticus, and me. We found this hidden room. Maybe the shadows don't know about it. Atticus sealed us in. For our protection, he said. We have torches, water, and food. Atticus will find where those shadows are coming from and stop them. He promised me. I just have to keep the darkness at bay. Never let the torches burn few, low or out. For the darkness is coming for us.
And then,
I attack the darkness.
and then you also find this.
Oh,
Maybe they
What?
tried writing it. You wouldn't.
Oh, this one doesn't have a day. Actually, here. And I'm not even going to read it and give it to Atticus.
Okay. Atticus, this is actually the first time you've seen this. You did not realize these journal pages were in here. You just saw the empty room and left.
He first reads it to himself quickly, and then looks at the rest of the group, and then reads it aloud. Atticus, I tried. I swear with all my heart, I made sure the torches never burnt low, that there were no shadows in our room. But they found us. They got me. But I saved Tara. She's all that matters. Please, whatever it takes, don't let them take my baby. Swear to me you'll get her out of here alive. Don't let the shadows near her. Tobias, I don't know what to say to you. I guess I'll know when I see you again. I'm sorry I can't raise our daughter. I'm sorry I can't keep my promise. But I tried. Again, Atticus kind of sinks to the floor. Question. How long has it been since I left and then came back? I don't remember what the time frame is.
We're roughly 18 to 20 years into after the Great Calamity. So
right,
roughly,
but
and this happened right after the Great Calamity. So you're talking about roughly 20 years ago.
oh, so it's been 20 years since I've been back in this place.
Yeah, around there.
Jeez. Okay.
Silent Hill!
Yeah. I'm reading Kiri's comments in chat.
Actually, Kiri, I see it as the Doctor Who episode where they're then possessed and they're using the voice of the person.
Oh!
Um,
I'm be possessed by whatever, but she will be
Why did
so
these
not
shadows,
as scary. Children are scary when they're.
Why did these shadows like the child?
well, children are just scary in general, but
Where is the lie?
Iruna's looking around the room while Atticus has this moment, just making sure we've checked everything.
Yeah, it's a really small room. It's barely 10 feet by 10 feet. Roughly carved. It looks nothing like the rest of the temple that you guys have been in.
Okay, we keep finding the small areas. Now, there's got to be. We got the big tear has to be around here somewhere.
Well, if we look at the map, there's one room it looks like we haven't gone in, and it looks kind of big.
Well,
should we maybe go near it and see if we feel sick?
Is that this one on the second floor?
Yeah, it's the big one at the bottom of the second floor.
And we
Actually, we're right next to it.
Yeah.
haven't found anything that looks like it could be a lever.
Not as of yet, no.
Because if light keeps them at bay, I feel like these combustible engines.
The combustible engine?
That was just an example. It's not an internal combustion engine. It
I
was
feel
just
lied to and
very-
deceived.
It was a very complex machine that I'm like, well, just looking at it, you wouldn't understand 42. Never mind.
We have been deceived.
So basically what you're telling me is it's not actually narratively important.
No, they are very important. They're very
Oh, okay.
complex machines. It's just not an internal combustion engine.
Oh, okay.
It's clockwork.
Okay.
But very, very advanced technology compared to what and it's not Sheikah tech. You're certain of that. It is not Sheikah tech, but it is technology.
Okay.
Since we're right there, Iruna's just gonna approach. He doesn't have any keys. I think Kessa has the last key, but he's just...
I have never heard the word mendacious before. It's a brilliant word. And just from context, I'm assuming it's not a particularly complimentary word, but wow.
Yeah. So Iruna approaches.
That you are lying. Because you told me it was a combustible engine and...
Oh. I know. Anyway, Aruna, you were doing something.
I was just
After
walking. This is good. This is good. He just walks up to the locked door. He doesn't have a key, but he just wants to know if he feels sick approaching it.
He doesn't feel sick. He does feel something though. There's an odd pulling sensation.
Like an urge.
You feel physically drawn into the room. Like it almost feels like something like there's like a backdraft or something. Even though there's no wind, you just kind of feel pulled towards the room as you get close to it.
Like a gravitational field of some sort?
Maybe similar to that.
I don't know why I said that in Atticus's voice.
I was about to say, I don't know what that is, Atticus, but...
Atticus might know about gravity.
Zolta looks at Atticus very strangely, not expecting those words to have come out of his mouth.
You cope in weird ways.
Be like Zulta just randomly saying, "You are all lovely people, and I love you all."
If that happens, I'm possessed, and you need to kill me.
Hey guys,
what do you guys want to do? It's a locked door.
Guys, come stand here. Do you feel this, like, pulling thing?
Zolta looks at Aruna suspiciously, but inches towards the door.
Zulta, you feel a similar, just kind of a pulling sensation.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't feel sick,
Yes.
but
So
there's something weird there.
towards to investigate because curious, and I have a compulsion flaw, and I feel like this definitely.
So you get.
Boom!
You get
Oh my god!
Curious.
We're in it.
take a legend point for that because that was
calm voice.
Didn't her internet
Paused
get
it.
the legend point?
Yeah.
So you watch as Kes gets near, and as soon as she gets near, you see her eyes kind of light up, and she just takes the key out and unlocks it, and the door opens.
Sorry.
I would like to prep to kill something.
Okay.
Just in case.
The room is dark and has like a mist to it. Atticus, as you get close to it, you do not feel any sort of pulling or compulsion or anything.
What are you guys talking about?
Well, I don't know.
I see when the door opens.
It just feels like we should go in, and I'll since it's dark, I'll throw a wick in.
Also, everybody, Aruna, Zulta, Kestrel, you all get legend points from Christian Fisher.
Oh,
Thank you, Christian.
Yay.
thank you.
Points.
Have I been in this room
Darkness, my old
before,
friend.
Jody?
Yeah, you searched it. It was again one of the rooms you searched to try and figure out where the darkness is coming from. You fought some shadow creatures in here, but this isn't where they came from.
Guys.
Yes, Choppy
Another
Kiri.
world. Like,
I heard
like
another
the shadow.
world.
What if the shadow people are just thinner?
The shadow people are definitely thinner.
No.
They
God
are.
damn
It cut out perfectly. It just said, "What if the shadow people are just thinner?" So good. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm gonna try to light this room up again by throwing a wick in the center.
As you throw the wick in, it does light the room for a little bit, but then just kind of flickers out.
The other one didn't flicker out as fast.
No, it technically is still burning. Again, the you kind of have like road flare kind of things.
Yeah, they should
burn
last
for
a while.
fairly long time. So this one, it goes in there, it lights it up for a little bit, and it just kind of flickers out. And you've seen similar things to this happen when the fuel is consumed too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Aruna, throw a bomb.
Okay, he throws a bomb.
Okay, it explodes, lights the room again for a little bit.
Do we see anything in the flashes of or the short periods it's lit?
The ground is uneven. It's not flat. But because of how limited the light is when you guys do light it, you can't really tell what it is from the doorway. You'll have to go into the room to tell what it is. It's possible there's debris on the ground. It's possible that the ground itself is warped in some way, has hills and valleys and stuff in it. It could be that the room itself was not carved or was not completely carved when the temple was being built, and so it's just rough ground. You can't really tell.
I would like to feel if there is any kind of life energy in this room.
Make me an entropy check.
But this is not an attack, so I will not add that. 29. That was with no advantage.
There is no life, but you sense a similar force to the force that you use.
Is it the same as that red energy I sensed when we first got in here?
Yes.
I don't want to go in that room.
Well,
however, you all three of you still feel this very strong pulling towards the back of the room.
I think the room wants to eat us, and we shouldn't go in the room.
Is it towards the back, like center? The direction we feel pulled?
It's towards the back wall.
Okay. Well, it's either this room or the two rooms with the death orbs in the shadows.
This is an evil room.
But
there's a lot of evil rooms here, but we knew that going in.
Look, there's a really weird energy in this room, okay?
I know, but we're used to you.
Rude.
It may be like me, Aruna, but it's not me.
Oh, Christian. Getting the Lovecraft in there.
Yeah. Though
So
if
what do
you
you guys
want to,
wanna
I
do?
do have a Cthulhu stuffed animal. So
It's
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
do you
Last
guys
weekend
wanna
I
do?
played a Cthulhu game. I do not want to go in the room first, for sure.
Okay.
I'll go in the room first.
I
Okay.
don't want to go in it at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys watch.
Well, actually, wait.
Aruna.
Wasn't Kestrel first? Like,
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
I mean-
pull out a deck of cards and start playing a game with Atticus.
okay. So your
Well.
solution is to split the party. Is that what you want to do?
My solution is to see if Aruna dies when he touches that mist.
well, so hang on, just so we're clear on the position of everything in the layout. Are we
Mhm.
like in the doorway to where like we've got like 1 foot in and 1 foot out of this room?
The door is open. Kess is there, and I'm assuming Kess is going to step into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
okay.
Kess is basically, while you guys are talking about this, Kess is rushing into the room.
Okay. While she's doing that, because Iruna's been doing this for
Touch
almost
the
every room,
spindle.
He's
Touch
gonna-
it, I say.
try to stand in the doorway and hold the door open until he
Okay.
starts to feel like resistance or something.
So he kind of steps in. Zulta, Atticus, you watch as Kestrel kind of disappears into the darkness.
So she's dead.
What? No, she's
I
right.
liked her.
Delta,
She's-
I call and raise.
Are you guys playing cards?
We are playing Hyrule Hold'em as first proposed by Christian Fisher.
But Kess just is
Can
gone.
I roll a perception check, please?
Sure.
And do I still have my torch? Probably not.
Let's say you did, and when you came into the room, the torch snuffed out.
Rude.
So go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, I'm gonna use. Since I have 7 now, I'm. No, just 1. Let's just use 1 Callaghan. Let's.
Atticus, you won the hand.
Let's hold the legend points until I need them to not die.
You know.
Atticus, you won the hand.
Thank you. Play another.
Sure.
Hey guys. I think that whatever's in there, we might stand a better chance.
8. What? I'm glad I didn't use that thing. I would have needed it.
So as you get in there, you trip and hit the ground pretty hard because you rushed in there. And as you hit the ground, instead of a very familiar feeling to you, which is hitting hard rock and like scraping, an elbow or something like that, you
I don't like
hit
what
the
you're
ground,
implying.
and because you spelunk, you've fallen many a time.
You spelunk.
Bro, do you even spelunk?
As you hit the ground,
Talking.
you hit something soft that kind of cushions part of your fall. There's still ground around it, but you land on something somewhat soft. However, you are almost completely blind, so you can't really tell what it is that you've landed on, other than it's soft. It feels like it's covered in cloth.
Oh,
When you
no.
say soft
Oh no.
like a pillow or soft like a body?
Closer to the latter more than the former.
So I can feel bones
You can't
on a
actually.
body. Okay.
You
So I
can't
can
feel any bones at all.
and
She's on a whole pile of skin and guts.
Oh no. No.
As this happens, Zulta and Aruna, you both feel that kind of pulling sensation changes. It's no longer just this kind of thing. You feel yourselves physically being pulled into the room.
Oh,
Atticus,
It's getting
I can't stop this.
harder to hold the door
I
open.
grabbed Zolta's arm.
Okay. Atticus, you are shocked by the fact that you grab onto it and you are pulled off your feet.
Oh. Can I
And
use
you
my
all-
whip to is there any columns or anything anywhere?
It happens so fast. As soon as you're pulled in, the door slams behind you
Oh, great.
and locks.
And then, yeah.
As you guys are all in there, you're kind of looking around. The room itself is very, very dark. And suddenly you see in one corner of the room, a sconce lights up with this kind of eerie green flame.
I would like to prepare to attack whatever is going to attack me next by gaining its life.
You still being pulled anywhere, or?
No, all the pulling is stopped. And then you guys see in the far corner, another one light up. And then another one light up. A fourth one light up. You can now see the room. There's this weird mist kind of moving, despite the fact that there's no air currents in here. It's kind of moving and swirling. Kess starts to stand up, and you see on the ground before you is the remnants of a tunic on something that you can't identify.
Huh.
Can Zolta
Atticus, if you look
identify
around,
it?
you can't either. You've never seen something like this. You can identify the tunic is standard Hylian wear. It's about 20 years out of fashion, but
Kind of brushes stuff off her because really, a body falling on her.
Atticus, as you look around, you see clothing that looks very familiar to you. You recognize the clothes, but there aren't any like bodies in here. There's something that the clothing is covering up, but it doesn't look like bodies. And then as you guys are sitting in there, you start seeing these things start to move. And they start crawling along the ground towards the center of the room. And eventually two of them meet up and they just attach. And then more meet up and they just start attaching to each other. And eventually it forms this large, kind of amorphous shape that's vaguely bipedal, but it has these two enormously long tentacle-like arms. And as it all forms together, you see parts of the clothing kind of open up a little bit and kind of drift off, and you can see faces in various places around this. And they are all looking at you, Atticus, and you know all of these faces. They've all been burned into your memory.
I want to attack it right now.
And that's where we are going
to
end today's game.
Why do you do this?
Damn it, Jody!
God.
Because I am a horrible person.
Oh, man. Now I want to go watch John Carpenter's The Thing.
So
now I want chocolate.
You see a mentor.
Oh, man. So I won't be here for next game. No, I'm just kidding.
So have fun, guys. That's the end of my contract. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the game. If you came in late today, literally the second we go off air, you can actually watch the entire episode on the VOD on Twitch here. Next week, we will have it go up on the Zelda Universe YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed over there, please head over there and subscribe. Not only do we have every episode of Realms of the Wild over there, if YouTube is your preferred VOD platform, but they also have a lot of other things. They have a weekly news show that they do, and they just actually released the finale of their Hyrule Warriors redub. They so you can actually see the entirety of their Hyrule Warriors dub. I believe they had auditions recently, or auditions are still going on. Elias, correct me?
I don't know too much about that, but there's there's some stuff in the works for sure that you can check.
There's another dub series that will be coming out eventually as well. They've done, what is it? They've done Twilight Princess, Hyrule Warriors. They just redid Wind Waker. I think you guys have done.
They
as
did
well.
Wind Waker. They did Skyward Sword. The next one I know is Ocarina of Time.
So yeah, lots of really cool stuff on their YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Zelda Universe TV or Zelda Universe.
YouTube.com/Zelda Universe TV.
Okay, so check that out. Follow Zelda Universe on Twitter. Again, I do. I have a personal YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrainerJodie. A lot of it currently is D&D and RPG related. So if that stuff interests you, go ahead and go there. I do stream as well on my own Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/TrainerJodie. Every Wednesday night, I run D&D games set in my own custom world. So you can always do that. And then you can follow me on Twitter. I'm TrainerJodie everywhere. The rest of you guys, if people want to stalk you on the interwebs, let's start with Elias this time.
You can find me at Elias Thompson anywhere on the internet. Including Twitch, where I do a bunch of personal streaming on my own. Tomorrow, I'll be doing my second ever Metroid Prime randomizer, which is super fun. And then I do a wine show on Wednesday nights with Jonathan over there, where we drink and rate wines while playing Minecraft. Wednesday nights at Winecraft TV at 8 p.m. Pacific. And I'll be at Comic-Con. Come say hi.
Cool. Ilea?
I am Green-Eyed Trombonist everywhere except on Twitter, where I'm Green-Eyed T-Bone. I would say to follow my Twitch channel, but I'm not doing much right now because I'm in a real-life show called Spam-A-Lot, which will end next weekend. So if you happen to be in the San Francisco Bay Area, you should look up wvlo.org and get tickets and come see me and say hi. When I do stream, it's a lot of tabletop RPG things and Pokemon and singing. So if you're excited for the musical episode, you should definitely follow me.
In every show, there is a song that goes like this.
Not the musical episode yet.
John, people want to follow you.
I am Saturnaut at pretty much everywhere, and like Elias mentioned, I do a show on Wednesday nights at Winecraft TV on Twitch, where I drink wine and play Minecraft.
Cool. And then the illustrious Killer Calican, where can people find you?
Check the chat, because I didn't.
And don't forget that Kiri has a book that is out and is amazing called Alice, and you should buy it from the publisher and not Amazon, because money things and Amazon being mean to
Small publishers.
Exactly. And she is working on her next book, so you should become one of her patrons on Patreon so that you can get all of the updates.
Thank you, Elia. You're amazing.
And Christian tried to
I got it.
Yeah. Tried to post link to her Patreon. But anyway, yeah, if you enjoy Kiri's book, Changeling is the second book in the series that I don't know if that's due just to pick your brain. Is this going to be a trilogy, quadrilogy? Do you have plans that far, or are you just focused on
So this is technically in Alice's her third adventure, but I'm putting it out second. There will two prequels planned.
What's also really fun here is that with the cutouts, it's actually hiding information and it's just little teasers.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. So anyway, so Kiri's got all that stuff. I guess I could announce it here. I have a Patreon and TrainerJodie on Patreon as well. My Patreon is going to be updating as soon as my health gets better. Currently, I just have two different tiers: a $1 a month. I do a monthly Patreon, a $1, and then a $2+ dollar. That's going to be changing. I'm going to be, I've kind of not been using my Patreon a whole lot. I'm going to be revamping it and doing a lot of Patreon stuff and giving a lot of really, really cool things that can happen. So if you want to, it helps me to be able to do things like this and my other RPG stuff. You're welcome to support me, or again, everybody else here. I believe most of us have Patreons, including Zelda Universe. So Patreon is an absolutely wonderful way to support small creators and things like that when so many doors are kind of being closed to us right now. YouTube has become very, very bad for smaller creators. Twitch is becoming more hospitable, and then like it's kind of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back thing with Twitch. Patreon remains probably one of the best ways to support small creators and things like that, and help them to continue doing what they do,
but
and
also
to turn into large
Zelda
creators
on Twitch.
So yeah, please, feel free to support me, support Kiri, support Zelda Universe. Zelda Universe pays for things like the chat program that we use so that we can actually run this game, and servers, and they run a website. If you've never actually been to zeldauniverse.com, that's
.net,
right?
.net.
.net, sorry. zeldauniverse.net. It's a brilliant fan website. It's one of the top Zelda fan sites in the world, and it was all created just because a bunch of really passionate people got together and created it. So that's my little spiel about supporting small creators. Otherwise, like I said, that's all for me today. Remember to follow Zelda Universe on Twitter so you can vote in the poll, and maybe we can see Aruna become MVP.
Yeah.
I think it's theoretically possible.
Not in my lifetime.
Vote Aruna.
So that poll will be up on Twitter next week. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Bye.